What do you think you do with a problem like this? This isn't on the sheet. I just made this one up. Look at this one. You have 2 square roots in this. Oh my gosh. Good guess, but any thoughts? My rules were, step 1, get the radical alone on one side of the equal sign. Well, now you have 2. But they are both alone on their own side. Yeah, you can just square both sides. If I have an equation, I can do whatever I want as long as I do it to both sides. So I'm just going to square both sides. So this actually ends up being really easy. That's it, and then just solve that. So minus the 2x, add the 3. I got x is 5. We should check it just to make sure that it works. 20 minus 3 is 17. So on this side I get square root of 17. Over here I get square root of 17. They're equal to each other. So just keep that in mind if you saw it written something like this. Maybe I do like, I don't know, square root of 2x plus 1 minus square root of 4x plus 3 equals 0. Here, this looks worse, but what do you think you would do on this? I want each radical to be by itself on one side of the equal sign, so I would just add this guy to the other side. Add u to the other side. And then it turns out to be a problem just as easy as the one we just did. Oops. 2x plus 1 equals the 4x plus 3. And now I can just square both sides and finish. Unfortunately, they're not always quite that easy. Let's look at one like number, check out 21 on that sheet. All right, so if we look at 21, you've got the square root of x plus 5 minus the square root of x equals 1. So it is in my best interest to get at least one radical on each side. The problem with this is that I'll never be able to get one of the radicals completely by itself. Because now it's equal to a number here, right? Not just 0. So I'm going to start off by adding square root of x to both sides. But this is the best I can hope for. Square root of x plus 1. That's as close as I can get to getting the radical by itself on each side, right? Because even if I minus the 1, now he's not alone. So this is the best I can do. Where do you think I go from here? Yeah, I'm going to square both sides. It's just going to be annoying because my right-hand side, when I square it, I'm going to have to FOIL that, and there's a square root in it. Annoying, but whatever. We can do it. So I'll square the left-hand side, and I'll square the whole entire right-hand side. So on my left, I just get x plus 5. That's easy. On your right, you got to FOIL all that out. So what's square root of x times square root of x? X times the outside times the inside. You've got plus square root of x plus square root of x, last plus 1. So now I've got x plus 5 equals x plus, what's this? What's root x plus root x? Ooh, close. Ooh, further away. 2 square root x, right? That's one of them plus one of them is 2 of them. You with me so far? Is everybody okay? Yeah? Now it's actually a problem that I can finish because now I only have one square root. So now I can get just that one square root by itself. And so now I'm basically starting over with my steps. Get the radical alone on one side of the equal sign. Well, that's doable, right? Check out what I can do. Minus x minus x. I'll minus the 1, minus the 1. So here I'm at this. Oh, sorry. And then what might you do now? Divide by 2, and now we're almost done. And now I just Square both sides. So my final answer is a 4. So sometimes you can't get, that's the gist that I'm trying to get you to grasp. Get the radical by itself on each side of the equal sign if you can. Sometimes you can't, it's impossible. And if in that case, you're just going to have to FOIL that whole side, whatever's there. We should check our answer. Our answer is 4, so let's just go back to the original real quick. 4 plus 5 is 9, squared is 3, minus 4 square root of 4 is 2, is 3 minus 2 really 1? Yes! Yay! So they're not so bad as long as you don't forget to FOIL this entire side. That's the most common mistake. All right, so why don't you guys try 22. Don't forget to check your answer if you get one. Did you get one? Did it work? Whew. You're good. Okay, ready to try? What should I do first? I would add the root x to the other side. I will say this, if you start right now when you square both sides, you're not going to be wrong, it's just going to be way worse. Because then you'd have to FOIL this together. That's worse. I would not do that. But I don't want you to think that I'm telling you it's impossible. It's not impossible, it's just a nightmare. And why would you make it worse on yourself? I don't know. I wouldn't want to. Now, I'm going to square both sides. Square u, and I have to square all of u. So this side just x plus 12. That's nice. This side, you got to square all that. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 root x plus x. Yeah? Did you get the same thing? And you might have had square root of x plus 2 instead. Who cares? We're just adding. Okay, so now I want to combine any like terms I have and get my radical by itself. So I'll minus x, minus 4, minus 4. So now I've got 8 equals 4 root x. Divide both sides by 4. 2 equals the square root of x. Square both sides. Hey, again, I got a 4. Did you get a 4? That's what I got. And let's check it. So if I go way back up to the original, 4 and 12 is 16. Square root is 4 minus square root of 4 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Yes. How's that? Pretty good? All right. Good. They do get a little bit harder. You want to do one more together like this before I do cube roots and fourth roots and fifth roots? Okay, let's do one tougher one together. Like, let's do 23. All right, so here is 23. All right. What do you want to do? Yeah, I would minus one of these radicals over. It doesn't really matter which one. So now I'm here. 4 minus m equals 4 minus m plus 6. Gonna square both sides. Square all of u, square all of u. So the left is easy. The right-hand side, you may want to take a moment and write it out, because it's kind of annoying. All right, first, 16. Outsides, I'm going to get a negative 4 root m plus 6. Insides, I'm going to get another negative 4 m plus 6. And then what do I get when I multiply my last together? Plus m plus 6. Oh, sorry. Does everybody agree? Because you have negative times a negative, so that'll be a positive, and root m plus 6 times root m plus 6 is just m plus 6. So now let me just combine some like terms and clean this up a bit. I've got 16 and 6 is 22. Minus 4 of that is a minus 8 of that. And then I have a plus m. So this isn't so bad. Now again, I just want to focus on getting that radical by itself. So let's see, I'll minus m from both sides. And I'll minus 22 from both sides. Ooh. Now what? Yep, divide both sides by negative 8. I can simplify that on the left, so what goes into 18, 2, and 8? 2 does. Actually, I'll divide by a negative 2. So that'll be a 9 plus m over 4 equals the square root of m plus 6. So far, we're all right? Because it's about to get crazy. Ready? Because now what do I have to do? Now I got to square both sides, so I have to square that entire left-hand side. Kind of annoying, but it's doable. Right? So remember, when you're squaring it, that means I'm going to do 9 plus m over 4 times 9 plus m over 4. So my denominator is just 16, but that numerator, you got to FOIL that out. So that'll be 81 plus 18m plus m squared, all over 16, equals m plus 6. You with me so far? Have I lost you? We're all right? Let's make our lives easier now and do what? Yeah, multiply both sides by 16, so we're done with these stinking fractions. 16 times 6 is 96. And now I just have a quadratic that I can solve. So I'll minus these guys over there. So I'll have m squared. 18m minus 16m is a 2m. And then 81 minus 96 would be a negative 15. Look how nice this ends up being. All this crazy math. It's so nice in the end. What are factors in negative 15 that have to be 2? Yeah, a positive 5 and a negative 3. So my answers are negative 5 and positive 3, right? All right. You got to check them, though. Don't forget. Go back and check them. Wow. This one took the whole page. Whew. -5 and 3 are my answers, so I'll go all the way to the back, to the top. -5. 4 minus -5 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. Plus -5 plus 6 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Is 3 plus 1, is that really 4? Yes, so -5 is a good answer. Let's try 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Plus 3 plus 6 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. Is 1 plus 3 4? They're both good answers. So I am going to keep them both. This time I did not have any extraneous. So yes, they can get a bit tedious. However, it's not anything you can't do. They're just annoying. You just have more pieces of the puzzle to put together. Is that all right? You guys are good? Okay.